Amelie'yi kurtar mı? Arkadaşım sen ciddi misin ya? Biz oyuna nereden başladık hocam? Herkese merhabalar. Fragile offline'mış. Çıkalım bakalım oradan. Çıkalım. Semcim. Oyuna nereden başladık ya? Göster bakalım, ne göstereceğim bize?
Special. One of a kind.
A baby candidate?
Either that or
A sacrifice?
Kurban derken? Hocam kurbanlık koyun şeyini yapmayın şimdi bize.
a bridge.
Maskesi ondaydı. Ha. Hartman. Hartman. Nereden başladık ya? Saçma sapan yerden başladık ya. O 12.000 beğenime geldi. Hocam burada benim motorlarım olacaktı ama ta anasının nikahına gitti. Benim motorum nerede hocam? Neredesin? Buradaymış. Koş. Bu arada bir dakika, üstümdekiler.
Sam, it's Hartman. Be advised that chiral density in regions predisposed to strandings has increased dramatically. No doubt the beach is to blame. BTs drawn into our world under these circumstances may be affected in unpredictable ways.
Hocam bir dur ya. Benim bu kadar mı yani? Bu muydu yani? İlginç ya. Hayır, ben o gökyüzünün... Oğlum bir dur. Ne oluyor sana? Senin şeyin de yok değil mi şimdi? Ne o? Evet. Hiçbir şey yok üstümüzde. Düşme oğlum. Birinci bölüme geri döndük ya. Ne olacak? Yürüyemeyecek şimdi. Bizim motorun haline bak. Selam. Buradan geçeceğim sandınız değil mi? Uyum kursun, saçma köprülerden geçmiyoruz. Ya hocam bu balık yerde bu motor çok zor ya. Patikadan mı gidecek? Saçma sapan şeyler bir şey yaramaz. Semcim. Evet. Merhaba Lolovlar. Yağmur sesiyle de bunu dinletirdik ama ne yazık ki öyle bir şansımız yok. Lovrar efendi telif hatayı çünkü. Ha, patika dedik, dağlık çıktı. Nasıl bir patika bu? Arkadaş patikaya bak. Evet hocam. Selamlar. Hiç uğraşmak istemiyorum ben. Bildiğim kadarıyla zaten silahım yok. Bakalım. Yok. Adamların üstüne işleyecek halimiz yok. Şu derin mi? Şu derinmiş. Geçemeyiz. Buradan geçersin bunu. Şuradan basalım gidelim ya. Motoru patlatmadan gelsek iyi. Patlatmadan dedik, uçurum çıktı karşımıza. Bu nedir ya şimdi? Bu nedir bu? Bu nedir? Düş oradan, öl sen.
Hijyen nedir? Doktor bu ne? Doktor bu ne? Doktor bu ne? Bunlar insan yiyecek, insan. Küçük yap bunları.
Bu bildiğin işkence ya. Hiçbir şey yaptırmadan oyunun bir ucundan bir ucuna götürmek. Olsaydı keşke de yoldan gitseydik.
Sam, do you copy? I've been looking into Clifford Unger and wanted to share my thoughts. To recap, Unger was a U.S. Special Forces operative
Onu biliyorduk
whose
zaten.
retirement roughly coincided with the Death Stranding. After he left the service, he somehow became involved in the early BB experiments. However, he died before they ended. Now, while the circumstances surrounding his death are not entirely clear, I'm beginning to suspect that these battlefields of his are at least partially sustained by his enduring emotional attachments. Anger, resentment, regret. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the BB experiments. That much seems clear given his repeated attempts to steal Lou. Cliff seems to be driven by a compulsion to reclaim our BB, as if that will make him whole again. A compulsion so powerful that he was not only able to drag himself from the depths of hell, but bring a piece of that hell along with him. One thing's for sure, he's nothing like a BT. We need to know the whole story about his death and his connection to the BB experiments. I'll keep digging and let you know what I find, Sam.
Evet, böyle sık sık bilgi mi vereceksin bize sen? Tırmanma kazığından başka bir şey yok mu lan burada? Ekipman üret. Hah, bunu üretelim. Ver abi 2 tane bundan. Botlar ne alemde bilmiyorum. Bir tane bot yap. Kan torbası yap. Tamam herhalde değil mi? Ha bir iskelet yapacağız lan. Her zemin iskeleti mi? Hız iskeleti mi? Her zemin iskeleti 3. Silverant. Olmazsa olmaz. Oksijen maskesi de yap. Ne olur ne olmaz. Onayla. Kuşandın mı gerizekalı? Nerede bu? Her zemin iskeleti niye kuşanmıyor yavrum benim? Bilsene bunu. Deli misin? Divane misin ya? Giy demeden giymiyor arkadaş. Eksiklerimizi hemen tamamlayalım. Karşıma yaratık falan çıkmayacak ama bugün yağmur başladı ya. Okaycım, sen de mi Brutus? Patlayacak şimdi motor. Daha fazla tırmanacağı yok mu? Tırmanıyor işte. Sana inat motorla gideceğim ben. Hocam şu motoru tamir et. Burada patlayacağız şimdi. Depola abi. Gel abi. Sende neler varmış bakalım. 78 54 95 95 nedir, hiç götürme daha iyi. Tekmele mi götürüyorsun, ne yapıyorsun? Götürme abi hiçbir şey. Yağmursuz hiçbir yer yok ha. Ha aferin, oradan düş. Ha. Taş kırıntısına çarpan sen ya. PUBG Simulator'a hoş geldiniz. Motorla PUBG. Olur sen dene bak. Bal gibi olur. Hoppa. Her motor kullananı ben mi sandım? Nelerden geldik burada? Motor GP'lerden geldik. 1980, 1990. Benim kurduğum şey mi lan o? Bak beni ışınlamadı. Orada el sallama. Bunu ışınlamadım. Burada bak neler çekiyoruz bir saattir. Ortak dolap. Kargo mu geldi? Sanat eserleri. Sırtında taşı. Ben de görev var sandım ya. Al.
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Thank you for your continued support.
Eyvallah.
Good work.
Var mı başka bir şey? Evet. Death Stranding'in işkencesine devam ediyoruz. Benim işim burada geçiliyor. Ne oldu? İnternet mi gitti? Başımıza bakalım daha neler gelecek. İzleyen biri yok şu anda. Çevrim dışısı. Cyberpunk'ın ama sen böyle sürekli hata verirsen olmaz bu iş. Hocam selamlar. Şu an iyiyiz galiba. Hadi görüşürüz. Hocam sol yap sol. Taş maş yok mu yani nereye çarpıyorsa. Kargo var galiba gene burada. Bomba atarları falan verme hocam. Onlar benim. Evet çok güzel. Her şey çok güzel.
Thanks, Sam.
Eyvallah. Onları kullandık biz. Bomba atarları kullandık. Ama ne yaptın balım? Değil mi durum ya? Bu yoldan gitsek ne olur? Patlamadan benim yaptığım yollar patlıyor yani. Kancam şarkı var mı canımda? Yağmur var diyorsun ya. Ha? Ne zaman yok ki zaten yani. Bir kahve çıkarsa karşımıza bütün silahlar yere düşecek. Süper değil mi? Düzenlemeseydik daha iyi. O değil de bu yolu kim yaptı ya? Dur dönmüyor hocam. Yüzyıllardır tamamlanmayan bir köprü. Aa benim kamyon duruyor lan burada.
Okay, here you go, speed demon.
Hız canavarı. Hiç kimse kullanmamış lan. Yazık lan. Biriniz bir kullanır lan. Burada kahve var değil mi kesin? Direkt mi geldi bir de? Hocam dur hemen dur. Hemen dur abi. Şunu bir indirsen. Tekrar düzenle ha. Seviye 3 yere düşecekti çünkü. Düşmesin. Ha yürüyerek git. Yok keser miyiz bunu? Hocam bir saniye. Kaç tanesiniz siz? Aman teker gelin. Lan. Kutuna koyup. Yat. Bir dakika bir şey yapmam lazım. Seni heh. Hayır. Koş oğlum sen. Aslan. Koş. Aslan. Çekil lan. Eyvallah. Ne oldu lan? Yağmur olmayan bölgeye gelince ne oldu? Bir de motor orada kaldı be. Benim motorum nerede? Motor. Gelecekler mi tekrar geri buraya gidince? Koş oğlum. Anne diyorum niye koşamıyor bu ya? Elinde silah varken koşamaz. Adetler birer gelmiyor. İkişer üçer geliyor. Hayret bir şey ya. Kardeş yapmayın böyle. Ayıptır, günahtır. Bunu anladık. Üşüdüm. Hadi yanlan. Lan Allah'ım. Aldığı yere bakar mısın ya? Kaç tane su var burada? Şöyle şükür doğru düzgün bir yola geçtik. Benim park yerime hoş geldiniz. Mamiller bize, kızlar bize. Bir daha pista. Hadi gidelim.
Keep on keeping on. Until departure. All clear.
Ne diyorsun gene ya? Ne diyorsun
Sam,
ya?
you're not going to believe what I
Ne
found.
olmuş?
It's about the BP experiments, their true purpose. According to official records, they were continued in secret on the order of President Strand, supposedly with the primary objective of developing BT detectors and preventing void-outs. Any advancements that could be applied to the fields of chiral communications and beach research were meant to be of purely secondary benefit. But it turns out, that's just a cover story. The truth is, Sam, BBs were originally conceived as catalysts for the operation of the chiral network. They're integrated into the infrastructure of not cities for that very reason. Every single one you've brought into the fold. It was probably Amelie'yi herself who installed them as she moved west with the first expedition, carrying out her mother's grand plan, making sacrifice after sacrifice on the altar of progress. President Strand told the people what they wanted to hear and did what she thought had to be done. Also, America could be whole again. But I'm starting to wonder if it didn't cost her soul. The chiral network is our greatest creation, our proudest achievement, and our guiltiest sin. I don't know how to feel about it all. Maybe if we knew more about Cliff and the BB experiments, we'd be better placed to judge. I'll be
O
in
yüzden
touch.
isteyip duruyor zaten adam bebeği.
Sam Porter Bridges.
Hocam şu binaya biraz zımpara çekin ya. Zımpara çekin şuna bir şey yapın. Temizleyin şurayı ya. Zımpara cila. Ya ayıp böyle olmuyor. Siparişleri al. Ya hiçbiri de 21, 20, 15, 25. Şunu at abi sen. Yallah tazik. Var mı özel depoda bir şey? Özel hematik bomba. Al bunları üstüne abi. Kan torbası da al. Tamam. Nereye gidiyorum? Motoru bıraktın ya. Motoru tamamını geçecek mi ya? Garaj. Ver geri, çıkar geri. Aslanım dayan. Tertemiz. Seviye 1 mi o? Allah Allah. Hala yaşıyor mu o ya? Allah'ım şu motor hala burada. Bir aydır burada o motor. Ooo. Süreci al, ne yaptın? 208 like kazanmışsın oradan da biz. He balım he. Aynen öyle. Bak oradayım bak. İyi bak oradayım yani. Bir daha bak. Hocam bir kahve çıkmaz değil mi karşımıza? Yol yapmışlar buraya. İlk defa başkasının yol yaptığımı gördüm ha. Benim yaptığım yol şuraya kadardı. Yan bakış. Önüne bakmadan sürmek nasıl bir duygu?
Seni unutmaya ömrüm yeter mi?
Zovra nerede kaldım diyordum ben de ya. Motor sürme simülasyonuna hoş geldiniz. Yağmur da bitmiyordu arkadaş. Abo milletin yerleri patlıyor lan. Buradaki motoru niye kimse kullanmamış? Allah can olsun Frecal ya sana. Bizi ışınlamadın. Ne oldu? Yükçüler girince sustun. Yok öyle bir şey yok. No. Bastırdık gidelim. Bak kendi şeyimde yenilemedim, başkasınınkinde yeniledim bak. Adama beğeni gelsin diye. Benim ne yaptığımı kimse yapmaz. Buralar eskiden tuttu. Haydi.
Hey Sam, I
No
see you're
worries,
coming
Johnny,
up
no
on
worries.
late knot. Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe. By the way, I've made more progress in a certain investigation. It seems that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments. But he did so completely unaware of their true intentions. This is pure speculation, but I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody. And after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care. In which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen, don't you think? But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her. No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges, towards you and Amelie and anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it. Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE.
Son buz Cliff mi lan?
There's no time to lose. You have to save her and the director. Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
Hocam Allah cezanı verecek ya. Göz gözü görmüyor. Bu ne lan böyle? Yok. No. Selam. Bay. Orada bekletmeyeceksin değil mi beni?
Got a moment, Sam? It's about the director. So there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right? Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever. His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's beach?
Sam, Hartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a Death Stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale. Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. they do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion? And what if the beach in question were none other than Amelie'yi's? Cliff may have summoned the director,
Bence öyle.
but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie'yi's beach, to exploit its power over
Onda bir
every
şeylik var
other
zaten.
beach, and trigger
Yalan
the
söylüyor
last
bize.
stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Hartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's beach to trigger the last stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the last stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
Vallahi hocam artık başarısız mı olacağız, başarılı mı olacağız bilemeyeceğim. Ya iyi ki bir şeye gideyim dedim yani. Kaldık mı şimdi burada? Gitmiyorum ya. Çekil. Geldik hocam. Yine burada. Beni balina uçar mı ya? Balina uçuyor. Niye direniyor ki? Zıpla işte gir. Cliff, geldik Cliff.
When I found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had to be there for you and your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore.
Yok artık.
Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't. I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it took me so long. Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John. Shoot him!
John mu?
I gave you an order. Shoot him!
Ha, John vurdu bir de onu yani. Oldu. Hocam ne oldu şimdi? Bitti mi oyun? Savaşa hazır mıyız? Ya. La çek şu bebeği la. Oha, helikopterle geliyor. Arkadaş. Hoş geldin baba. Hadi bakalım. Benim ulan. Cliff. Vay Cliff be. Aha. Helikopter geçirdi. Tepemden kalk. Yok hocam bizim toplanmasına ihtiyacımız yok. Ne 3. Dünya Savaşı'nda mıyız? 4. Dünya Savaşı'nda mıyız? Neredeyiz? Sen nereyi tarıyorsun ya? Cliff! Böcük varmış burada, böcük. Cliff neredesin lan? Bak düşecek kafamıza şimdi ya. Böyle bu dostluğuma gidiyorum ben ya. Hadi bakalım geliyor. Gel Cliff gel gel gel. Gel Cliff gel gel gel. Yok senin nikah. Komando. Ha. Güzel sigara yakma. Hasta kaldım. Arkadaşlarına bir sana iki. Ulan. Yaptı lan. Bir şey yapma oğlum sana. Bibi'ye bak.
I'm sorry.
Ulaşmadığın aşarak Cliff'e ulaş. Cliff! Gel buraya gel gel gel.
I want my baby back.
Gel de karşılık ver hadi.
Take it fire.
Gel Cliff gel gel gel. Kaç tanesiniz ne olmuşuz? 4 tane vardınız. Nereden sıkıyor? Oğlum benim kafama attırma bak. Sniper mısın sen? Benim böceklerim nerede? Hocam görmüyor ki ben seni. Uzaktan artistik yapıyorum bana, gel buraya. Kaçma, gel. Toplanma noktan neresi senin? 2 tane kan torbasını ne ara bitti ya?
We need reinforcements. Move.
Move. Die Hartman. Evet, Die Hartman'ın da suçu var. Önce sen sonra o.
Varım.
Komando musunuz oğlum siz? Nereden çıkıyorsunuz böyle? Kafana çakarım. Cliff. Sana özel hediyem var. Gel bak burada. Bak ya. Seviye 2'ymiş lan bunlar. Move. Keşke görsem. Keşke görsem seni. Nereye?
Light him up.
Cliff. Neredesin Cliff? Cliff. Bomba atıyoruz. Bana mısın demiyor ya. Kendi kanında boğuyor adam. Zırh plakası mı o?
We need reinforcements.
Bana gerek yok, sana gerek var. Kan torbamız bitti gene ya. Ne ara bitiyor oğlum bu?
Go.
Nereye go lan?
After him.
Reif. Kan torbası yok mu lan? Bağırma. Bütün milletin içine bağırma.
Arkadaşlar ben gidiyorum. Hakkınızı helal edin.
Abi hiçbir şey gözükmüyor ki otlardan. Oğlum bana hata yapmayın lan. Biraz seviyor hocam. Silah sekiydi. Salak bir silah lan bu. Evet, kafana çakarım bak senin ha. Bu ne ya? Bombam nerede benim? Öl artık. Kaçıncı kez yendik yine? 3 mü 4 mü? Yenilen pehlivan güreşe doymaz. Ha. Görüyor musun lan yoksa?
Baby, we're getting out of here. I promise. Give me back my baby. Are you Clifford Unger? Who are you? Are you the father?
Bakıyor. Kalp yapıyor.
They told me your name was Sam Porter. But you were Sam Bridges. My bridge to the future. Sam, you bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. Come on, Sam. Stand up.
Ne bu şimdi? İkinci savaş sonra püş mü ne bu yani? Gebertiyordun bizi lan. Ne oldu lan öyle?
Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home.
Ölümle burun burunayken beni sen getirdin eve diyor arkadaş. Bebeğimi geri verin ulan. Ne oldu şimdi? Heh, tipimize bak. Connection lost mu? Nasıl ya?
Sam, are you okay? I reviewed your logs. It looks like you were caught in a supercell and emerged an instant later on the other side of Ground Zero. Not far from Port Knot City.
How'd I wind up here then?
Remember Victor? He found you lying unconscious by the harbor and brought you inside.
I think Cliff might be Lou's father. He said, give me back my BB.
Impossible. Cliff was born...
He gave me this. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. Something about the BBs, maybe. About how they were made. It didn't feel like he was trying to hurt us. It felt like he just wanted to talk.
But you said you saw him holding the director captive on the beach.
Yeah. They must have some history we don't know about. Them and Bridget.
Funny you should say that. I've got something you should see. Found it in the archives while I was digging around. It's a pre-recorded message from the director labeled, "If I don't come back."
O ne?
All right. This message is insurance, in case something happens to me. For Bridget's eyes only. And I sure as hell hope that's who's watching. I got a little present from Amelie. Said she'd take me to the beach if I wanted. But I'd need this doll to show me the way. It's a trap. It has to be. But I've decided to play along. You've all been playing along too, haven't you? You know this mask hides more than just my face. Well, Amelie's a blank slate too. No past, no record she ever existed. She's a ghost. And the thing about ghosts, I never met Amelie in person. Have you? Ever seen her in the flesh, shook her hand, touched her? The original team we sent was divided into two groups. Amelie was with the first. Mama and Hartman were with the second. They had no direct contact with her.
Yes. Amelie's group was wiped out in Edge Knot City. Everyone but her. Everyone who could say whether or not she exists.
Bullshit. She's real. We've touched, all right? She and I both.
Well, I've only ever interacted with her hologram.
I'm telling you, I've met her. In person. Lots of times when I was little.
Yes, but on the beach.
Here's what the president had to say about her daughter. Amelie was born on the beach. There her ka remained, though her ha came to this world. This division of body and soul forced her to spend most of her childhood in the hospital. But though her health was poor, her doom's numbers were off the charts. Her supernatural talents blossomed as she grew older and overcame her limitations. But by the time she was 20, she could travel to and from the beach, body and all. And that's where she started spending all of her time. Now, if you wanted to get in touch with Emily, it was via hologram or nothing. The president insisted on that.
Çok değişik şeyler gerçekleşiyor.
I swore an oath to the president and to America. As far as I was concerned, her word was law. So when she said Amelie was her daughter and the best candidate to succeed her, I believed it. But when the archives were restored, I couldn't resist testing out my access privileges. And that's how I found out Bridget was diagnosed with uterine cancer in her 20s and couldn't have children. You see, doesn't add up, does it? There's no way Amelie could be Bridget's biological daughter. So where'd she come from? Who is she? Is she even real? How can we be sure that Amelie is an extinction entity when we don't even know if Amelie is Amelie? Hell, for all I know, the EE theory might be bullshit. But if it's not, if she's the cause of the Death Stranding, then I have to accept her invitation. I've loaded my gun with hermetic rounds. Sam's blood. It connects my gun to her, to me, to him, all of us. Which means I should be able to take it with me to the beach. I'm gonna stop what she started by stopping her. One last confession. I'm just a man. No powers, nothing special. Don't have dooms, I can't repatriate like Sam either. Don't know the first thing about dying, I had never tried it. Yeah. I've been to hell. Every single battlefield was hell. But no matter how terrible it got, I never died. Because all I ever did was run from death. Well, I gotta go. She's calling for me. Bridges, don't let me down.
Haydi bakalım hocam.
After he
Neler
recorded
olmuş
this,
hocam
the
ya?
director jumped to the beach. Or rather, Amelie summoned him there.
He had a gun to Bridget when I saw him. Then Cliff showed up, took him away.
I thought he went to the beach to confront Amelie.
Yeah, she was there too. She was the one who got me out.
It's so obvious to me now. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. It was Amelie who...
Tamam söylüyordun. Ne oldu? Görüntü gitti.
What happened?
The chiral network dropped out. According to Lakna, it won't be long before it's completely unusable.
So all our hard work was for nothing.
Let me finish what I was saying, Sam.
I'll tell him.
Fragile. You look like shit. You should be resting.
I know. I need to tell you something. I had a little chat with Higgs back on the beach. Didn't take much to make him talk.
You say why he betrayed you?
He said it was part of her plan.
What?
She was their leader. The terrorist void outs, the whole extinction agenda, Amelie was behind it all.
Like hell she was.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it lines up with what Die Hard Man said. Higgs turned on me after he met Amelie. At first, he was looking to expand his territory, and I had a power he could use. At least, that's how he ended up working with me. He was no terrorist. He just wanted to reach more people. But then she shows up with abilities that put mine to shame. Hell, she could even control BTs. So Higgs decides to go with her. And that's when she turned him into her agent of extinction.
Amelie gave Higgs his power.
Yep, she made him her homo demons.
What about Bridget? You care to tell me what she was doing on the beach? You got an answer for that too?
I know it's a lot to swallow. But Higgs said himself that Amelie is an extinction entity. I looked inside his pod, and there was no BB in there. Take a good look at what was. It's the same doll Die Hard Man had. This is their bridge baby. There's this idea that the terrorists brought back BB tech and Bridges was just following suit. It's garbage. Their methods and yours are completely different. Your BB links you to the world of the dead. Their doll links them to Amelie and her beach.
You know who else had dolls like this? Cliff. He was carrying them on the battlefields. Cliff, Higgs, the director. All three of them were drawn in and controlled by this extinction entity. And who is this EE really? Is it Bridget? Is it Amelie?
All I can say is that the answers are on the beach. What she wants and why.
Tekrar kıyıya mı
If we
gideceğiz
get
şimdi?
to the bottom of that, then maybe we can still avert the last stranding.
You've got to find her, Sam.
Whoever she really is.
She's waiting for you on the beach. Hurry back east.
Hemen kıyıya dön mü dedi.
Sam, the connection's unstable, so I'll keep this short. We have a job for you. Fragile's condition is deteriorating. If she slips into a coma, there's a chance her soul might become stranded on the beach. She needs cryptobiotes fast. Luckily for us, Fragile Express keeps a stockpile there in Port North City. So we'd like you to grab some for us while you're in the area. All the details are on the terminal upstairs. Please, Sam, this is critical.
Haydi hocam ya, bu nedir? Bu burası bölüm sonu olsun. Sen yoruldu mu? Beğenmeyi, paylaşmayı, abone olmayı lütfen unutmayın. No'yu da sevmeyi, kalp bırakmayı da unutmayın. Herkese sağlıklı günler, iyi oyunlar, görüşürüz.